Howdy. Nearly Senior Citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this another brand new day where I'm sitting like closer to my camera than normal. So, oops. Hopefully I won't have to zoom in or stuff too much. Anyway, good morning. Welcome to a brand new day filled with hope and promise and, well, yeah, everything else as well. Anyway, though, real quick, Shelton, Washington weather report. Plague report, we know what's going on around the world, especially if you're in the United States. The anti-maskers, So, just for the weather report, it was not raining last night. I did go walkies. I had an extra mile onto, well, it's an extra loop of about a mile when I go walkies when I'm in town now, because not walking up to Walmart, it cuts it in half, so it's only like a 3-mile walk, so I want it to be more than that. So it was late when I went. No, it was early. What the heck am I talking about? It was early, so actually I don't know why I didn't walk to Walmart. I just decided not to. Oops. But still, it was not raining. I had my umbrella in my pocket, did not have to use it. It had been raining on and off during the daytime. I don't know what it's going to be like yet. It's still dark outside. Yay. So, weather, a definite thing that occurs. And that's a good thing. We need weather, we need climate, we need stuff. Hopefully things will continue to be good. That would be a very good thing. Well, good as in like the planet stays like livable for us. Yeah, that would be nice, wouldn't it? One thing that I wanted to talk about, I don't talk about this sort of thing a lot because part of it has to do with my aneurotypicality. I don't like being reminded I'm organic. I don't like being reminded that other people are organic, that sort of thing. And sexuality of people is sort of a reminder of being organic, and that squicks me out, so I don't talk about it a whole lot. But sometimes it's one of those things that can be a good thing, depending on your views, of course. We already know I'm one of those that leans more toward freedom. And if something makes you happy and it doesn't hurt other people, you should be allowed to do it. And I'm a left-leaner, so, more freedom for people instead of less. So, I've mentioned before how Jim Sterling on their channel has been talking about what they've been doing in their life and how they had come out as non-binary. And that's a good thing. The latest Jimquisition, Jim had not planned on presenting this, but had been so busy that went and just did the whole episode as the way they feel happiest being now, which is like Femme Sterling, sometimes identifying as Stephanie Sterling. And they are happy that way, which right there was the big thing. They plan on being what they are, asexual. There is no surgery or anything like that planned for them, and that's fine. But even if there was, Stephanie Sterling said, it doesn't matter what you think because I am happy. And that right there, they are happy now, identifying as who they are. And just as, we don't decide what we like and dislike, we don't decide to believe and disbelieve in some things. They're happy, and that makes me happy because that's good. As long as you are happy being who you are, if you are happy being who you are, as long as nobody, of course, as stated, gets hurt, I prefer enthusiastic, informed consent over just informed consent, because you want informed consent on everything. Otherwise, you're just using somebody else in a very unpleasant fashion, often against their will. And that's not good in the slightest. So, But I prefer enthusiastic informed consent over just informed consent, because what would you rather be involved with? Somebody who's just, oh, yeah, well, all right, over, when do we start? I like the one that's, when do we start? That's going to be much more fun than, all right. So I prefer enthusiastic informed consent. As long as you're not hurting anybody, well, even on the situation, there are some subgroups of people where getting hurt is part of the enthusiastic informed consent. So depending on the situation, as long as nobody gets hurt, whatever makes you happy. And if Fem Sterling is happy now, then thumbs up. Very good. That made me happy just to hear them say, I am happy. They prefer they and them pronouns, so thumbs up on that. Which I guess also leads into this. This one drives me nuts as well. I watch a couple channels from people that are bi and asexual or trans and such like that, just because I like the personalities. I am interested in the situation. You know, I'm not under the same part of the tent that everybody that I watch is under, but I'm under the same tent, so they are all cousins in a fashion. They may not be brothers and sisters, quote unquote, and aces in arms, but I'm still under the same tent, being bi/pan myself, so. But one of the things that I think is interesting, because I've been watching on this sort of thing, is the whole straight people freaking out over the term cis. Like, oh, I'm not cis, I'm straight. The term cis has nothing to do with being straight. You can be cis and be gay. It just means your gender aligns with your sex. It's a scientific term. It's not a slang term. It's not a made-up thing. Like I say, it was first used in literature in 1914. So if you're cisgendered, I mean, I'm cisgendered. I identify as male. I feel male. I am happy, being male. That's fine. I identify as a man, and I am in as best I know. I've never had my DNA checked. I mean, I could be any one of those. There are 6 common karyotypes. It's not just X, X, and XY. There are a lot of people that are XXY. So who knows? But I'm cis, and a lot of people that are irritated by the term are cis, just because it only means your gender matches your actual physical sex. So people getting freaked out over it, I don't understand people. So what can I say? I have a lot of... I imagine, need to be checked on some things with the aneurotypicality. I share a lot of behaviors and mannerisms with various points on various spectrums, so I have no ideas. But I imagine that my situation is much like Anthony Hopkins, where he found out very late in his life where he was on the spectrum, so thumbs up. Anyway, though, of course, what else do I have on my list? Oh, one of the things I also saw this morning, a video on bone-eating animals. And this was interesting because it's a lot of animals that you wouldn't think of. It's like, well, they've seen giraffes that are, they'll be wandering around with a rib cage or a leg bone sticking out of their mouth and such. They just eat bones. Very, very small chunks. You know, they chew on it and they get them in small pieces. And it's just those little tiny bits that they get. But bones are rich in minerals. I mean, that's why they stay behind as a very solid deposit, because of all those minerals. So, we're very tasty. Our skeletons are. But there's a lot of animals that'll bleh. There are a lot of animals that will eat bones. And of course, just to remind people that all these animals out there that are officially labeled herbivores, that you would think of only as herbivores, are not just herbivores. I mean, deer are supposed to be herbivores, but to study, what happened with carcasses, scientists would put animal carcasses in the wild with cameras. And who were the first things that came up to eat? Well, it was the deer would come up and start eating first. They'd get their meat allotment. And then squirrels and other things like that. All these herbivores would rush up quick before the big carnivores came up, so that they could chow. And I've seen a lot of videos of things like cows that are in just, surrounded like by baby chicks and such on a farm, and they're just busy looking down and they're eating grass, and then when they're sure nobody's watching, they snag a baby chick and eat that. Meat is filled with nutrients that even herbivores want. So thumbs up on that. Meat is very efficient, so yay. Since we are powered by and armored by meat in our bone mechs. Yay! And I mentioned before about how if you have, apparently it's pronounced tinnitus, and I frickin' hate that sound. I really like the way that I've pronounced it most of my life, and most other people that I've ever heard online or in person have pronounced it tinnitus. But it's pronounced tinnitus. But my tinnitus has been getting a whole lot louder lately. And I don't listen to loud music. In fact, I tend to sit in silence. And I keep my speakers down, and I try not to use my headphones because my hearing has to last the rest of my life. And I was just insane against my ears when younger, so I try my best to take care of them now. And my tinnitus has been getting very, very loud. How much of it is my ADHD? Since when a lot of it, if you have no physical damage, what you're actually hearing, and I mentioned this before within the last week, is the sound of the actual electrical system in your nervous system. You're hearing the sound of you. So that's yay. But yeah, it's joyous. It's been getting loud. I've been wondering, hey, because I've always had the hearing sense where I've been able to hear electronic stuff, and it sounds like that. It's been getting louder, so no, it doesn't sound like that anymore, but for a long time it was like, what is on? And looking around, trying to discover what I'd left on because I could hear the electronic whine. No. Jacksepticeye, Sean McLaughlin, he's almost 30. He's got really loud tinnitus as well. So, yay. It'll strike you at almost any age. And like I said, I've gone to concerts, like 12 concerts back when I was a teenager, and I would come out of it not being able to hear for like 3 days. I took no efforts to protect my hearing. My hearing is better than I have any right for it to be. And it is excellent. So, But I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab. I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people for having left me a comment. I'm not reading the comments right now. I'm just thanking you for having left a comment. Good, bad, and different. You took the time. You expended the calories. Afterward, I'm going to go through, read each comment, thumbs up each one I do, answer as many as my executive dysfunction will allow. Thumbs up and thank you so much. If I mispronounce the username, no disrespect is intended. I'm an American English speaker, and even though I count an American Sign Language on the fingers of this hand with my depression, fibro, ADHD, and more, I'm sometimes lucky I can remember what my own name is, so yay on that. Calling my Chrome here, we have Bryce Jones, thumbs up and thank you. Anonimo Terreno, thumbs up. Confused Owl 29, always good to see you in the comments. I'm getting better. Andrew Buckner, thumbs up. Insignificant Nick, good to see you in the comments. Actually, cola flavored, just cola. Nigachu, how about that? Thumbs up. Ruthie Wolf, 4th, thumbs up. Arvik X, thumbs up and thank you. Brazil. Russian Timing, thumbs up and thank you. Good to see you in the comments. Finster E, thumbs up. NLR Nightingale, thumbs up. Matthias _Dry, greatly appreciated. Abraham Reyes, R-E-Y-E-S, thumbs up. Passion Dior, thumbs up. We have Stay High, greatly appreciated. Ardy, thumbs up. There's Dylan McCabe, greatly appreciated. Mohammed Bader Race, thumbs up. Someone Irrelevant 14, greatly appreciated. Binar Kodar, thumbs up. We have Sebastian Ferris, good to see you in the comments. Anna Blumquist, thumbs up. There is Colin Reisner, greatly appreciated. DV Casey 1, thumbs up. And last but not least, Phoenix Connection, greatly appreciated. Each and every one of you. You get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people, if only in text. And that is a very good thing. When you're depressed as I am, and I'm getting better after my Friday horrible stage, but I'm not where I used to be and maybe won't ever be, but it's good to get out of your own head. Thank you so very, very much. If you could check out my various links down below, I have Twitter, Facebook, Patreon.com. If you could become a Patreon.com patron like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. And if you'd like to help me out financially without sending money through the patronage, I have a PayPal link down below. And if you'd like to help me out without sending money at all, I have an Amazon wish list link as well with things like cat food, hamster bedding, silly things, not silly things. If you could check it out, that would be very, very cool. And now, do not feel obligated. I do not feel entitled. And if you cannot donate or you simply do not donate, I take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest. And thank you very, very much. And if you could, did I say the toss me a like part? If you toss me a like part, and if you could, well, I'm lost where I am. Where am I? Where am I talking about? I'll just have to give it as gone, or I'm going to keep saying it forever, and I don't know where I am or what my name is. It's not that bad. It's not anywhere near that bad. Don't worry. I just kind of got lost in the middle of the spiel there. Not quite sure if I repeated myself. Hopefully I didn't. Oy vey. And of course, the lobster hat-wearing duckhead of judgment suffers from a surplus of scorn. It is ready, not eager, but ready to cast that scorn upon any and all it finds disappointing. Do not forget that its mockery is severe. So do not disappoint the lobster hat-wearing duckhead of judgment. It suffers from a surplus of scorn. It's true. And of course, Black Lives Matter. Oi, why are we even arguing about this? Black Lives Matter. And justice for everybody, the jackbooted, brown-shirted fascist thugs in police uniforms who keep beating and brutalizing American citizens in their homes and on the streets. Happy days. So, if you have to go out, please wear a mask. Good golly, Miss Molly. Wear a mask. Wash your hands. Try not to touch your face. If you don't have to go out, please don't. But if you do, add social distancing on top of that, of course. I mean, good golly, Miss Molly. And you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that is a very good thing. Stay as creative as you can, and practice as much self-care as you can.